Hi Libra, this is wishkotheferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den. We're keeping things warm here, we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for May 22nd to May 28th. So sit back, relax, get comfortable, drop into your heart space, let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. As always, I love to thank Archangel Michael for stepping into my space and really aligning our path with light here and offering protection. Thank you to the angel guides and the spirit teams that are helping speak through me so that I can connect with our Libra energies, whether they're sun, moon, or rising. Whoever's attracted to the Libra collective energy at this time, this message is for them. Let's see what we got going on this week for you. Okay, so I see my third eye, not see, but I feel my third eye burning a little bit. So already, given some of the cards, I do feel like it's more of a restful week for you. Right off the bat, I feel we have the Hermit. It could be a time of introspection and contemplation. This is an opportunity to maybe slow down our gears a little bit and turn that eye within so that we can figure out what needs to come up, certain things we might need to work through. It's more like a trip or an adventure is how Spirit's communicating this to me. So this can actually be fun. Hermit mode can be fun. For those of us who love to be in hermit mode, y'all know what I'm talking about. But climbing through the imagination is the adventure itself. And with the Hermit, this doesn't have to be looking at patterns that we have to break, though I do feel for you there are opportunities here. We'll get into that with the later cards, but I do feel like it's more of a positive shining in, trying to determine what kind of reality do you want to manifest, what kind of dreams do you want to manifest, and if your current situation or if your current self is fully aligned to embrace that truth and to step into it, and just basically looking at the path ahead, because there is movement here. With the Six of Wands, that is taking charge of your destiny, taking charge of your present circumstances, and you're wanting to move forward, you're wanting to create momentum, and you're wanting to create that change, because the Six of Wands is leadership, victory. You could find yourself in certain situations this week where you are being called to be a leader or to lead and guide others with your wisdom, your knowledge. People are looking to you for a reason, and Spirit is also looking to you for a reason to create your reality. So it's almost like you're being put in a position where you can demonstrate that knowledge and really give back to the world with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups at the focal point of your reading is experiencing your joy, giving the gift of joy, and in doing so, you will allow Spirit to be joyous with you. So Six of Cups is in the traditional tarot, it is giving. It is giving joy, grace, love, abundance. It's a very lighthearted energy. So anytime, this is why I kind of feel like your hermit mode, it could be a little bit more of like to fill up your own cup so that you can return the favor to Spirit by playing with others. But you need to play with yourself first and feel that fun, that joy, and that love of life so that you can then return it to the world. And every situation is going to be different here. There are could be some inner demons popping up with the Eight of Swords. I think that you're actually discovering, so the way that they're showing it to me, Spirit's actually showing me letting the light in this cycle. So they're showing me a picture of somebody who is kind of trapped in a cave or feel like they're stuck in a cave, but then they're seeing streams of light through the cracks. And it's almost like through working at those cracks, they're breaking free from it. So the Eight of Swords does talk about situations where we find ourselves stuck in that we could easily walk out of, but we are choosing to stay in for various reasons. There could be a way out that we're not seeing because of our limited perceptions and our limited beliefs. So here, Libra, I really challenge you to, once you draw within in that introspective mode, and once you bring a lighthearted sphere to it and discover what you need to discover, you're actually finding ways out. There's no clear-cut solution to it, Spirit is saying, but there are ways out for you. And it's almost like with these shift in perceptions that you have the ability to shed light on even the darkest of matters. So I do there's just an opportunity to break through that this week. You also have devil energy, and the word that's popping into my mind is cycles. So with the devil energy, it typically are, like, you know, again, situations that we feel chained to. If we feel like maybe we're trying to take two, it's almost like for whatever reason there's like a power struggle here, something about control. Either you're trying too hard to control a situation, or you don't want other people, or you don't want to feel like you are being controlled by other people. But I do get the sense that perhaps you are the one feeling like you are being controlled, just because with the Eight of Swords mentality all up in here, the combination with the devil might be indicative of that. It could also be the other way around, in terms of, like, you know, maybe you feel trapped, or you feel like there's a certain way that you have to be, when really the devil just calls for us to release control, our hold over situations, because we find that there are cycles in the mind that keep popping up, cycles in our heart through ancestral patterns or through our conditioning in this lifetime that really pile up and show up within ourselves again and again. But this is an opportunity to really work through those this week. And it's not, I don't feel like you have to hold such trepidation towards it, or have a lot of trepidation towards this. I do feel that this is something that you are able to embrace and do, but in a very skilled and lighthearted manner. Okay, let's see what your oracle cards have to say. We're working with Divine Circus today, so I'm actually going to pull the book when we do have a message popping out, and we'll see what's going on. What do we have for our Libra today? We have Pixie Pierrot. One of your other signs, one of your other fellow signs got this too. But I've been reading from the book, so it's a little bit of a longer message, so bear with me. I don't know this deck as well because I don't use it as often, but it is a beautiful deck. So, Pixie Pierrot, there is an original you, the you that has always been and will always be you. No matter how much the outer forms of your body, your work, your lifestyle, your world seem to change, the original, essential you is always there within, unique, precious, and just as you were created to be. Within you is an intelligence that helps you adapt to various life circumstances and situations. You might do this consciously or unconsciously, but the point of any type of adaptation is survival. The Pixie Pierrot card brings you a message. There is more meant for you in this life than merely surviving. You are actually meant to thrive. The oracle reminds you that you thrive most fully, abundantly, and deliciously when you are just you. Not the version of you that another may prefer, nor the one that helps you fit into the crowd, but just you, as you have always been. Even if that doesn't seem like enough for some people, it is more than enough for you to have the life you deserve that would bring you the most peace, happiness, and love. When the oracle of Pixie Pierrot comes to you, it is time to get back to the essence of you. It might be time to go back to the things you dreamed about in childhood, or something that really feels like it expresses the true you, but that you cast aside for some very logical and sensible reason or another. That might be a talent, passion, or lifestyle you are pursuing, or a deep-seated need to create or express yourself through art, clothing, music, or dance. It's time to reclaim it. From little dreams and childhood fantasies, a full-grown life purpose can blossom. Even if it seems fanciful rather than practical, don't drop the ball. Give yourself a chance to be and be seen, to live and thrive as the real you. You are you for good reason, not by error, oversight, or mistake. Love yourself and let yourself live, thrive, and express the original genius of you. The affirmation of this card is, I am an original, the original me. I am amazing, just as I was designed to be. Ooh, I like that. So really playing into past loves or past things that you have pursued. Could really help liven up that Six of Cups energy, which is at the focal point of your reading. So really expressing your joy this cycle. You need to be happy, is what Spirit said. You need to be happy, and you need to find those things, again, that make you happy. Because that's how you were designed to be. That exactly straight from the Oracle. That is how you were designed to be. You were designed to express your joy. And we become more fully aligned when we experience that joy. Okay? Let's see what else we have for our spirit animal cards. We have White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. So you also have Giraffe Spirit here too. See the big picture. And with these two together, perhaps you felt like your current circumstances aren't really what you would like them to be. And life is always fluctuating and changing. So I love that the Giraffe Spirit comes in, because the giraffe reminds us that this is only a temporary situation in the grand scheme of things. So oftentimes when we're having difficulty in our lives, we really put the magnifying glass on it and we make it bigger than it might actually seem, or we pull a lot of focus on the things that are hurting us, or the things that we're really zoning in on, the things that we don't want. And the giraffe spirit always calls for us to lift our necks a little bit higher and take that magnifying glass away and kind of move it to something bigger. Not something physically bigger, but take a different lens and look at the bigger picture. Because yes, that one flower in your garden might be wilting, but you still have a whole garden to look at that is incredibly beautiful. And you might just be working on that one flower that's wilted now, but you will eventually move on to view a better flower that is, or one that is less sickly and more alive, that one makes you feel alive, one that you're proud of, that you nurtured. So really, I don't know why I'm getting this feeling of growth, but perhaps you are working on something and you haven't seen a lot of growth with it yet, but Spirit is almost saying that there's so much abundance here, there's so much abundance waiting to be grown in this garden. Like, you have an abundant garden already, but it's almost like you've planted this one particular seed and you're waiting for that seed to sprout. And I feel like it can sprout. It will sprout one day. And if it doesn't, plant a different seed, even if it's like of the same subspecies. I know I'm like talking like really plant terminology here, but that's just the way that it's coming to me, because I love gardening and indoor gardening. So they're using that knowledge to help me. But it's almost like you can always try a different seed of the same plant. So you can try a different way of doing what you're doing now and then watch it bear fruit. But it does take time and patience and cultivation. So let this change sit and really just trust the magic. So this is the magic from the world, from Spirit, from around you. Trust that the universe is helping you. So literally, a lot of people say that the world's out to get you, and that's not true. And actually, can you imagine if it's reversed? I see this quote everywhere and I love it, and I can't quote it word for word, but can you imagine if, like, what would you feel, or what would you do if the world was conspiring for you? If the world was doing everything in its power, if the universe was doing everything in its power to make you succeed, and they're really going for it. Like, the spirits that be, the energies that are around you really are conspiring. They're shifting things in place. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's still going to be challenging, of course, because any change that we want, anything that we want is typically, like, in some way, it's like a healthy challenge. It shouldn't be impossible, but it's a healthy challenge. But it's something that is attainable. And this thing that you're going for, this thing that you're growing, is something that could stand the test of time, but usually the things that last the longest for us do require more patience and more cultivation to watch it grow into a very full, healthy plant, a very full, happy, healthy career field, relationship, situation, whatever it is the case that you're working on. It will take time and patience to grow. So really look at the bigger picture. Take a step back from it. Again, I call you to go into hermit mode, or if make sure you're following your soul. Your soul will call you into hermit mode when it is time this week, so that you can do that reflecting and pull back and really work through some of these blocks that you have, because the magic is around you, and Spirit wants to emphasize that the magic is within you as well. It's coming up from within, and it's helping you manifest and try to align with the outer energies that are helping. We're not so disconnected as it may seem, because everything is interconnected. So your intuition is feeding you signs and feeding you information to help move you forward in a way that will best suit your path. So imagine that you are on the highest timeline. What would you do? Where would you go? Really just imagine, really just breathe through it, express your joy, and imagine that anything is possible. And Spirit's, conspiring to help you. Okay, let's see what our Dragon Oracle is before we get into the angel dice for you. What do we have for our Libra? Thank you, dragons, for helping me channel this particular energy that's coming through, because I'm going to intuit it. We have Green Gold Dragon from Circus. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Ooh. So, your journey is a little bit different than other people you might know of. And Spirit is telling me this specifically to tell you. Like, we all have, like, amazing journeys and all of these different things. We're all different. But it could be like the people that you're surrounded by, perhaps you have a very specific goal, or you have a very specific thing to learn here on this earth. You have very specific pathways that are opening up to you that might not be available to other people around you. So, and I just heard you will succeed. But you might not, I mean, I think you have support, but I don't know if there's a lot of people around you that kind of understand where you're going or what you're doing. So you really got to just free ball it and go like, I'm just going to head in this direction. I don't really have a lot of, no matter what your support system is, it's only a matter of like knowledge. Like, there's not really a lot of advice that you could feel like you're taking around other people, because maybe you want to be a hairdresser, but nobody around you, like none of your friends or family or anybody else are hairdressers, and perhaps you have to go out and find those mentors. But there's something here about spiritual tools that are becoming available to you. This could quite literally be in the form of studying spiritual things. It could be like in terms of studying astrology, it could be studying light codes or emotion codes, or I think there's something called Psych K that's coming up now, or it could be just a different way, or a different, it's almost like there's a different tool that you can use to connect with your spirituality that's knocking on your door. It doesn't have to be just spirituality. It could just be like using more tools to advance your spiritual learning. So whether it's self-development, whether it quite literally is just improving your skills here on this earth, there's something here about tools. There's something here about knowledge. And it's so interesting because another thing that's coming through is like the helpers that are here with me. So like, for example, like when I woke up this morning, I didn't realize that I would be inspired to do plant things today in my home and do a lot of propagation projects. But I usually interact with spirits like right after I wake up and then like right before I go to sleep. And this one shows me, because I said, oh, well, like, who are you? Because he was like, oh, I'm one of your guides. And I was like, oh, like, who are you? Like, what do you do? And then he shows me like this handful of dirt with a little sprout coming out. And he's like, this is my project. And then I knew he was helping me with plants. So that plant knowledge, nature knowledge, or like the skills that we would need, even using the tools, like even if they are down to like things like pesticides or natural resources that we use to help aid in the growth of plants, everything that we know as humans is still considered sacred knowledge by the divine. They still have helpers on the other side that can help us with those. So these can quite literally be practical human skills of sacred knowledge that you are transferring. I don't really get the sense it could be ancient knowledge. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could be quite literally, there's a spirit that helps me with video games. Like, I hear him and he shows up to me in a very particular way, and I'd be at my computer and like, cause like, I would be waking up from a nap, quite literally getting ready to play games, and I would hear him in the background kind of tapping on keys, and like he would be saying something about, oh man, like, or like he would be trying new things, okay? And he would, like, sometimes he would come into my ear with strategy too. So I feel like there are guides for everything. Just from what I experience, there's always energies around helping you with something, and there's energies around that are like you're not only channeling from your soul, but energies that are helping you with giving you new tools and knowledge to do the things that you want to do throughout your day-to-day here this week. Okay, and last but not least, Libra, we'll also roll the dice for you and see what your angel message is. So 914, if I can grab the book, pull it from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. Make space in your day to dive deep within and invite your angels to come close to you. They are standing by, ready to support you on your journey and in your spiritual development. One more time. Make space in your day to dive deep within and invite your angels to come close to you. They are standing by, ready to support you on your journey and in your spiritual development. So these don't have to be like the traditional like angels that you connect with. This could be whatever you connect with, spirit, any spirit entities that you work with. Just invite them in and let them help you. But specifically, if you've been feeling the call to work specifically with the angelic vibration, this is your call to do so, because they're literally like, hey, I'm right here, we're ready to help you. A lot of times spirit entities can't really help us unless we invite them in and say, hey, like, we always have help available and we're always being helped, but once you are receptive, and especially when you ask, it becomes stronger. I just heard like a really like weird buzzing in my ear, and I don't have a big housefly in my apartment right now. I don't. So I just heard almost like something was buzzing by my ear. So I felt that was like double confirmation for a lot of you that, you know, help is here, but asking makes it all the more powerful. So that being said, Libra, that was your reading today. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel for you, and thank you to your spirit energies and my spirit energies, angel guides, and Archangel Michael, and dragons, of course. Cannot forget them for helping me channel all these different vibrations to you and these messages. If this resonates in any way, go ahead, like, subscribe, all the things so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing so you don't miss a message, and it helps the channel grow. So, I love you, I love you, love you. Let me try that again because I stumble on my words. I love you, I love you, I love you, Libra, and I will see you next time. Bye.